Hi, welcome back to our Let's Play here on Felsburn. And we're going to do something a little different today. I've been jumping and just kind of, giving you little updates here and there as we go along. And I feel like we've got a lot going on. So I'm going to take you along today. It's going to be this will be split into a couple of episodes because we've got a lot to do. And it'll pretty much be in everything we have to do for a full harvest here. So, alright, well, let's get going. Start getting our oats going here. We're going to keep time moving a little bit faster so we can try to get our other fields going. Get everything set. Try to get all of our oats harvested. Get this taken care of. We're really bringing in the money now. We're getting good 60,000 worth of sales, worth of big crop sales every harvest, plus we now have the horses, so we dedicated this field to nothing but oats, which is going to be real good for us. We have 8 horses right now. We bought 4, and then another day went by and we bought 4 more, and today I would like to buy 4 more horses and just keep them in groups of 4 as we rotate them through. We'd have, 4 groups of 4 to make our full 16 horses. I think that's the best course of action for us. That way, instead of having a lot of money, and then having to wait 10 days to get a lot of money again, we'll end up getting, $200,000 4 days in a row, and then just 6 days we won't have anything. As it goes, it'll be easier and easier to turn. As we scale it up. So, I think it'll make a big difference. And by doing them a little at a time, we don't have to go buy oats. We can grow the oats. We are losing some money by not using this field for our high profit crops, our canola, our soybean. This time, we've done canola the last 2 times. This time we're doing soybeans. The price was really good on it, and it looked like it was going to hold, so I decided to do some soybeans, and I feel like we have enough, with 4 fields, that grow in our own oats here. I think we'll do 8,000-9,000. I don't even cover crop or really push for the extra yield on the oats because I feel like we're making enough of it, and if we overproduce too much, we don't have a silo to put it in yet. So for the most part, right now I think the most thing that's holding us up is the sowing that we have to do. I feel like there's a good bit of sowing that we end up spending a lot of time on because we do the cover crops on our cash crops there. Go get that. Mess of it, but it'll be alright. Okay, there we go. Made a bit of a mess of things. But yeah, that's what I think. And I want to get a bigger sower. I found one. It's an Amazon. It really needs 270 horsepower. We're a little short. I only have a 260, but I definitely think we can swing it. We won't get full speed on the hills, but we'll keep the smaller sower, and I think our case can handle it. I think it's actually we're 261 on the horsepower, and we need 270. So I think it's something we can do. I think it's in the realm of possibility that we can do that without having too much trouble. So that's something to be looking toward, because we'll get up from a 6-meter working width on our sower to a full 15 meters. I'm going to do all of it here. I'm doing this a little funnily because I'm just trying to get the odd bits done so I can square it up. Don't hit the bar, so I can square it up and get a worker put on it. That way I can get out with the forage wagon and get all of our straw picked up. Probably start tending to our horses a bit. Well, that's the plan anyway. I always like putting a headland around it because we're going to have these other crops right on top of it, and I don't want them picking up the wrong thing if I empty his grain hopper. And this way it'll try to keep all the straw actually on the field. I think we're ready to cut a helper loose. We'll keep an eye on him. He may have some trouble. I've got our second harvester here, our little Nova, lined up ready to cut some headlands in on the soybean fields as they get ready. Yeah, we'll use the little hollow. We'll use the little tractor. Where did I park it? There it is. I tried to get in a better habit of putting stuff back in the same spot. That way I don't have to look for it when I need it. Because it is rather aggravating when you're trying to find stuff. Eventually, I hope to have proper sheds and all that. See, he has a lot of trouble turning around, but our big Massey will do a lot better job getting everything. I say that and he misses a damn chunk. I probably need to cut another end off of it. We'll let him do his thing for a minute. Let him do his thing. You know, last time I harvested this with a small harvester and left the big Massey sitting there. It took longer and takes longer to get the straw because the swaths are smaller. So we'll just get what we get. Hopefully we have enough room in the barn to hold it, and we'll give more straw to the horses. Probably about ready to buy some more horses. Go ahead and just get 4 more going right away. As soon as we get into this oat harvest, so that we'll have plenty of oats for them. You know, I've got hay bales at the buy point. To me, it's not worth, right now, it's not worth growing the hay. It makes more sense just to buy it. It's only $650 a bale. And it'll cost me well over that to produce them myself. Plus, I have to add in if I take a field and make it into grass, the opportunity cost of that's pretty high. So, eventually I want oats on one of the larger fields. Or maybe we need to just buy another field, maybe one of those over there. I think that'd probably be a good place for oats over there too. Then maybe I'd like to put chickens and then have a small wheat field just to feed the chickens. That should all be coming probably around the time we sell our first lot of horses. Our first set of trained horses. We'll refill our horses and then use the rest of the money to really improve the farm. At least that's my plan. Hopefully things will go according to the plan. Within, 5, 6 episodes, we should be, our growth should start growing every episode. Between a bigger and bigger harvest, every day we should be growing. That way we can really start covering and we can start doing more crop types. I'd like to get into the higher end crop types. Get a big field full of potatoes and sugar beets and have the dedicated equipment, and it just takes a ridiculous amount of money. So we're working on it. We're going to build up to it. We're going to have a little bit to come back and fix. I'm screwing it up here, but it'll be all right. It will be all right. last little bits of straw over here. So, you know, and eventually I want to get the farmhouse so I can, you know, sleep through the night, which will just speed up my process of going through the game. And I want to put our house right at the end of that field right there, you know, and then chicken enclosure, and then have sheds over here, actual sheds for the equipment. For right now, I'm just trying to build the farm as quickly as possible. Nearly full grain tank. All right. Let's go empty him out. Now that means he's getting a lot more off of that field than I thought he would. Because that machine holds like, I think I got 10,000 last time off that field or so. I mean, I did extend it a bit, but I mean, not that much. You know, all I did was square up the bit here where we got rid of our silage pit. So. Like I say, I don't cover crop to get the extra 30% on this. It does get, because it's a small field, I hit it twice with fertilizer. I get my bonus in yield off of the fertilizer instead of doing a cover crop with it. Like I said, I think we have the ability to way overproduce the oats from what we need, especially just, you know, sizing up the horses slowly, you know, doing 4 at a time. Because even buying new horses every 4 days, we're going to end up being way ahead on oats. It takes 10 days from them fully mature before we'll cycle them out. So that extra 6 days there is going to be a pretty big difference in the amount of oats that we have. And I do need to get a silo. Desperately need a silo. Start storing this crop. I could really use an extra barn and some larger trailers, but like I said, all in due time. All in due time. Right now, I'd like to get a faster or a larger seeder, and we'll pull it for a while with our case, but we're going to end up having to upgrade the tractor too. I need 300 horsepower. I'm going to buy one of the big John Deeres, and it's going to run me $300,000 for that. $250,000, $224,000 for the seeder that I want. So we really got to try to make some money, and I'll need to keep expanding. So it's always the balancing act. Do you get the new equipment to make what you have go faster, or do you buy another field so that you can increase your profits faster? It's always the balancing act in any simulation or management game. And I know within 10 days we'll be able to get, 10 game days we'll be able to get pretty much whatever we want with our horses. Just because of the amount that they are going to make for us. So let's go ahead and increase time a bit more. Picked up 1,000 more. Yeah. It's not horrible. I'll hurry up and get my big soybean harvest going because the price was great earlier. Let's see. Yep, grain elevator east at 1,700. That's a good price. Good price. Getting plenty of straw. Like I said, before we give them straw, because it's by buying 4 more horses, it's going to make our maximum go up more. We might as well go ahead and buy. Alright, so what do we have? We have the Palominos. What I'm doing is I'm going to separate them by color. You know, I've got 4 of one color here. They all go together. I've got 4 more of the different colors. So now we need a different one. We've got the Palomino. Yep. Alright, let's get 4 gray ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to confirm it. Let's take a look, because that made all of our stuff go way down. Yep, see, we need more water, we need a lot more straw, we need a lot more oats, and a lot more hay. So, all things we've got to get taken care of rather quickly here. Because all the maximums are set by the amount of animals you have in the enclosure. I wish it would give you a maximum number. It would just allow you to fill it to the maximum for, let's say, 16 horses. You know, if you have the large, if you have the large enclosure, you should be able to take the maximum of 16 horses. I wish it would just let you do it. Anyway. So, we're full on straw. We're going to wait to give them the oats until we actually go ahead and give them water now. We're going to wait to give them oats until I get the harvest complete. It kind of gives me an idea of how much I'm going to get each time. Water. We may have to go get more water. Well, it's time to slow time down. Okay, we didn't have to get water this time, but we do need to go refill it. And we need to get our little combine over here working in this big field. I found with the sowing and the harvesting, where I extended these fields all the way up to the road, it helps a great deal if I cut a 2 wide off of this end, off the end I extended. It really helps the harvesters and the planters. So. This right here isn't a bad little harvester. I do want to upgrade harvesters. Get another large one. Another one at least the size of the Massey, maybe a little better. I think we need, to justify that, I feel like we need a bigger planter and probably, I don't know, maybe 2 more fields before it's really time to save that money up. Maybe by the time the lot of horses are sold, we can afford one. But for right now, the little Novas, it helps. Cuts our time down. That's what it's supposed to do. Makes it just a bit faster. Let's keep you going. Alright, we need to kick him. We're just going to have to take it over and do it ourselves. Just the turnarounds for the helpers is what makes them so slow. I need to get him off of oats as quick as I can and get him over on the soybeans. On that field, big field. You know, I mean, I could put the little Nova over there, but the grain tank is just so small on it that it doesn't do well. It needs to be close to the farm so we can empty it often because it needs it. I found out if you really block the worker, I don't know if it's a bug or what, but as of lately, if you block the worker, he'll work for just a second longer and then give you a stopped unexpectedly. You don't have to reset it. So I try to just stay out of their way. I'm trying to back up and leave the straw lines as nice as I can. Come on, trees. Thank you. We need to get the little bits down there that you missed. And then we'll be ready to go. That little harvester only has a 4,000, 4,500 liter tank on it, so it doesn't hold very well. That little bit of straw we're not going to worry about. Good. All right. Get the oats out of this one, get our grand total that we got out of the trailer, and go from there. Like I said, we should be just over somewhere around 10,000 liters of oats. That's what we've been averaging out of it. Like the grade unload speed's a little slow. Maybe it's just me. Now, because I plowed this field all the way up to the road, a lot of times it shows a little funny. Like it shows us having crops all the way out the middle of the road there. And I have to work it manually until I get past where the signs are supposed to be. Because the computer, the helper detects where the sign's supposed to be and then stops and backs up and tries to turn around and gets lost. I have to get just past. There's supposed to be 2 of those triangle signs out along in here somewhere, and they're probably laying on the ground. I knock them over every time I come through here whenever they get put back up. But it affects the workers. I think the other sign is somewhere around it. You normally see them laying on the ground somewhere. Is that it? Yep, there it is. There's one of the signs. So, we'll run this first run. There's the second sign. Okay. You see it affected my planting a little bit. I didn't get everything sown perfectly over the cover crop. That's alright. We're still harvesting crops out of the road. What would that be? About a couple feet, 2 feet, 3 feet, something like that. maybe more, 6 feet out. See, originally this stupid tree was a problem right here. It was a stump, that's why I cut it. I just never got rid of the tree. I just pushed it out of the way with the front loader and went on about it. It's about 1,500 per pass. Yep, I've already got a grain tank getting full. Time to go hook up the double trailers and get everything empty. Empty this one out, and then we'll get back on our back to our regularly scheduled picking straw up and get ready to resow this field with oats. Price, I don't think you can beat this little Nova. You know, 100,000 for the machine, 30 for the header. You end up with 130 grand in it. I mean, it's already, while that one's still working, this one's already done this much. It's a little aggravating because you got to come empty it so much, but there are worse things to have to deal with than have to go empty a harvester every 4,000 liters. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. I'm going to call it here. Leave me a like, comment, click the subscribe button if you'd like, and let me know how I'm doing. So, you know, we'll see y'all next time.